Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room recap for Friday, April the 12th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions for me? This email address. I think that by Monday we're going to have the proper link for everybody. I have a feeling. I'm going to be able to test the link that they've designed, and after the market closes today, and we'll see if it's working. If it is, then we'll have the official link. But again, just in case. I'm sending the link for the new trading room is still in the email that you're getting. I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. I get live on the mic at 9:05. I'm sharing my screen all day long, of course, and I go up to 3 o'clock on Fridays and up to 3:30 on Monday to Thursday, sorry. All right, well, all anybody in the room could talk about, of course, with is RBZ, RBZ. So let's take a look at it on the daily chart. So you see what this one did. This was on end of March, March the 27th. So not that long ago. Craziness. It got all the way up to $38, $39, and then, fell all the way back down to 9. Look what it did today, and is still doing it, sort of. It's starting to come back. Now, somebody saw this in the pre-market, this little pop in the pre-market. Now, I did not trade this one. I'll tell you right off the bat, I did not trade this one. I have a difficult time just sort of guessing and saying, okay, I'll just go in it just because. But what a trade. I mean, this a lot of people in the room or who are in the room were in this one. I mean, even if you took it when the market opened. And we had an alert right here for it, low floaters on the move, at $7.44, right at 9:31. Now, I don't know if you probably couldn't have got it right at 7:34, but who cares when it goes all the way up to 27. But why does this happen? It's because you just looked at the float on this one. Now, I know it can be controversial. You can go to 10 different websites and see 10 different float values. Our provider says it's about 386,000 shares in the float, which is crazy low. I mean, it could be 1 million, it could be 2, it could be 3. I mean, regardless of what it really is, and why I say really, these stocks that do multiple reverse splits over years, sometimes it's very difficult to determine exactly what the float is. The bottom line is it's a low floater, and this is what can happen. Now, the interesting thing is that if they actually did come up with news this morning, and they said that they were doing a financing. Not usually the reaction to financing. So anyway, there was that one. Now, the one that I was able to get into was CTRM just a little bit later. You see, didn't really do too much in fact, it did nothing in the pre-market. Now, I made a mistake. What did I get into this one at? This was about, second here. Yeah, I got in this one. I don't have it marked up here, but about 726. And right after that, it got halted. Right out on this move right here, it got halted, and I got out. I got out some right before the halt. That's right. I think I got out some at 775, and then it got halted right here, and then it opened and it popped all the way up here, and I got out most of everything right in this area again. And again, another low floater. It said we have 810,000 in the float. I don't see any news for it. Doesn't really matter, guys. People are saying, well, I shouldn't say that. It's always nice to see what sort of news is the cause for some of these things to happen. But in this particular case, at least I don't recall seeing any specific news for it. But a lot of times what happens is that when you see an RBZ like this, and the ones like myself who did not get into it, feel, man, I'm looking for the next one. And all of a sudden CTRM appeared. And then again, that was one of the ones in the low floaters also. Okay. Now, the trade I'm actually more happy about, we'll call it a more traditional trade, and that came from Pitbull Scan, or well, I'm probably going to rename it. This is the one I've been talking about all week. Let me get the original alert for it. Oh, this is it. Yeah. And that's ERA. So the original alert came at right there at $11.23, okay? There was the alert. Now, because of what was happening all in the room around that time, I was a little bit distracted, but the bottom line is I did finally take this right under. And honestly, I probably would have waited for an 11 for the 11 break anyway. I was able to take this one at 10.89 on the short, and I covered some right up here, and I still have some. So that was just a tremendous alert from the buy scan. I'm probably going to rename it Pitbull to make sure he gets credit for it. He's one of the subscribers, one of our subscribers, who very graciously shared his scan with us in the a Monday. And it's been, not every one of them work out. Why I like that one, as I explained to the room, why I like this one was just look at the daily on it. So when I remember now, this was up in this area here when I see it. So when I look left on the daily, look at all the room. So even if it got stalled there at 10, for me, going from just under 11 down to here would have been great. But it's taken this out now. So now the next area that it may stall is down here. If it takes that out, who knows? But when I see a daily chart that looks like this, somebody asked me, what time frame do I like to trade on as an intraday trader? Well, believe it or not, the biggest chart for me, believe it or not, is the daily chart. Of course, I like the 5 and the 15, maybe to get more of a sense of an entry. But this chart is the one that's going to convince me to even look at the trade in the first place. Never mind what it's doing on the 5 and the 15. So anyway, that was just a great alert from that one. I'm still looking from Pitbull Scan. I'm still looking at the TUFN. This is the IPO from yesterday. I may be swinging this. I'd like to see it close over 20. I don't want to see it run way over 20. I'd love to see it close over 20. That blue line is the high of yesterday. Well, not the high yesterday, but that's just over 20, 20.03. So we'll see what happens if it does, and I may swing this one. Holly had some, this one was a pretty good one from Holly. We talked about it in the room. Let's get the clicking on. There we go. ACIU. Let's get it on a daily. And no, I was talking about this one actually around the 510 mark, 512 mark, not really realizing that it was a Holly alert. Because again, look at the daily, guys. Look at all the potential room that it can have. Now, look, there's a reason why this collapsed. I don't know what the reason is. I'd have to go and check it. But look, there was a reason why this collapsed and got hammered. This was a $10 stock, got all the way down to 322 on that day. So, there's a reason for it. And, for all those reasons, they're probably still somewhat in place. But traders are just looking at something that looks like this that could potentially fill some of this gap or void, as we call it. So, a nice alert from Holly on that one. And I think there was one other one that was really quite nice. I think it was early. Yeah, I think Mesa was a nice one also. The alert was here at 866 and it hit a high of 907. Now, this is why I have a problem sometimes with the way Holly trades, because she did not get out of this trade until down this level. So she made a little bit of money. As a trader, you have to take some profit out of here. So, we talk about auto trading Holly a lot. And you'll even hear Dan and Brad in their Q&A webinars on Wednesday. They're not all gung-ho about auto trading Holly. In other words, literally, getting in and getting out auto time. That's the definition of auto trading. Now, I don't have a major problem. You want to auto trade, sort of take the trade, on the alert itself. But my advice would be to manage the trade once you're in it. All right. Now, on a day like today, you may have to make up your mind on what strategies you want to trade, because there are days where there are 50 trades. And how are you going to manage 50 trades if you do auto trade every one of them? So that's why, it is very tricky when people think that they can just auto trade Holly, turn it on in the morning and come back at the end of the day and think that they're, every day is going to be, just a deposit into your bank account. I'm really sorry. It doesn't really work that way. So, I would be managing the Holly trades. It's a great watch list all day long, and, take it from there. So anyway, I want to, and there is a promo code. You'll see a promo code in the email. This promo code will probably be good until, I'm going to say 11:59, just before midnight Sunday night, Eastern, know your time zone, Eastern Daylight Time. And the promo code is tax relief. You'll see it. Tax relief, all in capital letters, and it'll be good for 20% off the first month or the entire year of a Trade Ideas subscription, both our standard or our premium service, and also 20% off the Brokerage Plus, which is $1,100. It's a one-time fee, so you can get 20% off that. A one-time licensing fee People ask me, what does that really mean? What it means is that if you ever unsubscribe from Trade Ideas and then come back, it will still be there for you. All right, Brokerage Plus is still there. It's a one-time fee. All right, well, what an exciting end for the week today. So I want to bring back the Capture program. So I hope everybody has a great weekend and hope to see you bright and early Monday morning. Bye-bye.